Well, there's no problem. If you had a gun, shoot him in the head.
Welcome to Shoot Me Straight. This is Dave Fields, Eddie Gallagher. Today we have the honor, absolute honor. I feel privileged today to be able to do this podcast. We have our buddy John with us. He is 97 years old, and he is one of the few World War II veterans still alive and able to share his story with us. How are you doing, John?
Doing good, thank you.
Yeah. So you told me earlier you were born in 1920? 26. Where were you born?
I was born in Paris, France.
Nice.
Wow. When did you join the war? When did you join the...
Well, in 1939 I was 13. In 16, when I became 16, the German want me to get a physical. They want to look at me, and they asked me to drop my pants so they can look if I was circumcised. So I was not circumcised. So that saved my life because only Jews get circumcised in World War II.
So if you were circumcised, they would have sent you off to the camp, right?
They put me in a concentration camp.
Yep.
I probably get killed there.
So pretty much your penis saved your life.
Yeah.
By the skin of your penis.
Yeah. So what happened? So since you weren't circumcised, then you got to join.
Well, they want to send me work in a factory in Germany where they're getting bombed every day. And they put me in a train. When the train, it was a cattle train, straw on the ground. So when they put me in a train, when the train slowed down, I jumped the train. When I jumped the train, they were shooting at me. I could hear the bullet whistle by my ear, and I got lucky. I didn't get killed. I ran in the wood till I got to a farm, and the farmer, they hid me. Then later on, I went back to Paris and joined the French underground. So when I joined the French underground, I was the youngest man there. So they put me in a cave, gave me a Remington British submachine gun and 2 grenades. They say if any German come here, just shoot them or throw those grenades at them. So I was lucky they never came. So I stayed there for a few weeks. The only food I had was a big Swiss cheese, one of those big round things of Swiss cheese. Every day I take a piece of Swiss cheese and eat it. I ate Swiss cheese for weeks. I had Swiss cheese and water.
Wow.
That must have stopped you up.
Do you still eat Swiss cheese to this day from that?
Pardon me?
Do you like Swiss cheese to this day?
A little bit, not too much. My favorite cheese is hard to find. It's called Camembert. I like that better than Brie. It's better flavor. I was lucky I found it in Publix.
You found some at Publix?
Well, I told the manager in Publix, I like Brie, but I prefer Camembert. Next week I go there, and they had the Camembert.
Oh,
nice.
Wow. I love Camembert.
Publix. That's some good customer service.
Yeah, that's good.
Camembert has got a better flavor.
That's awesome. I'm not much of a cheese expert.
You like cheese?
No, not really. I don't eat too much cheese.
So what's your favorite food?
Burritos.
Steak.
Well, I like that too.
Steak and bacon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So from being down there, and you said a cave, and you had the submachine gun and the 2 grenades, and eating Swiss cheese and drinking water for weeks.
Yeah.
Where'd you go from there?
Pardon me?
Where did you go from there?
Well, when the third U.S. Army General Paton came in Paris, he heard about my group of French underground, and he said, I want this guy in my army. So he sent us in the forest of Fontainebleau, where I trained for 3 weeks with a special force.
Wow.
There we were issued American uniform, and they put us in the George Patton 3rd U.S. Army.
Wow.
And I entered Germany with the 1st troop. I was in the Battle of Bastogne. And after the war was over, I stayed in Germany till the end of 45 in the occupation army. Then in 45 I got discharged. And they asked me to re-enlist to go to Korea, but I turned it down.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, you're like I had my fair share.
Didn't want to go to Korea. So after that, I become, my father was living in Paris, and he was a hairstylist and a barber. He taught me how to do that. So I was a barber in the Pentagon.
Wow.
And they asked me to do some, what do you call it? I'm trying to think of the name. I can't think of the name. I was in the, not the Secret Service, but the, what was the other one?
Other than Secret Service in Washington?
Yeah.
Well, Eddie, you may know more than I would.
Well, this is in Paris, right?
Is this in Paris or is this in the U.S.?
It was in Paris.
Yeah.
Paris. Oh, man, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like the Secret Service version.
Yeah.
Got ya. And you went from, you were a hairstylist there?
I was. And then they asked me to do some, to look at people, black, what do you call this?
Like undercover?
Yeah, I was undercover, and they didn't know.
So you would do people's hair, and you'd be secretly undercover for like the French Secret Service.
Yeah,
And you would be asking them questions and
yeah. I found out people look for people who steal secret, and
Spies.
I did find a Navy captain who was, what he was doing, he take secret paper, and he was, he didn't hide them, so I had to report him.
So he was stealing classified documents and hiding them.
oh, wow.
Got caught.
And you busted him by doing his hair.
Huh?
You busted him by
Well, I think they didn't put him in jail or anything like that, but they took, I think they took his rank and he was at.
Did he figure out that it was you that?
I don't know if he did or not.
Yeah. You don't want him come back in for another haircut. Wow, interesting. So from there, how long did you do that, John?
Well, I did that till I think 1991.
91?
Wow.
Yeah.
You did that for a long time.
Yeah. Then I got out. That's when they asked me to go to Korea, and I turned that down. Then I came back and lived in Maryland.
Oh, so you moved from France to back to the States?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I married an Irish American woman. And when I became a citizen in 1945 on St. Patrick's Day. And my wife was an Irish American. And she said, my husband just became an Irish American. He was naturalized in March 17, 1955.
That's awesome. So that you just had a little anniversary recently then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I lost my wife. She died lung cancer because she smoked. See, I never smoked. I never took drug. That's why I'm still here.
Live a clean life. Live
Yeah.
longer.
That's wild.
Yeah, I got saved by not smoking, not drinking, and not being circumcised.
How was so I'm gonna rewind back a little bit. The Battle of Bastogne. How long was that? How long were you there?
I was there the whole time, but I forgot how long it took.
Yeah.
But I entered Germany with General Paton, 3rd U.S. Army.
Yeah, I know that. I mean, I've seen, I've read up on the Battle of Bastogne and obviously watched, Band of Brothers. I think they depicted, or I thought they depicted it pretty well, how miserable it was and just how cold.
Oh, it was cold.
Yeah.
When we were in the snow, we had to cover ourselves with white sheet so the German Air Force could look down and don't see us.
Yeah.
And one thing they didn't want you to do is smoke cigarette at night because they figured the German would see those cigarettes and they would throw bomb at you.
Yeah, they'd launch artillery.
Yeah. So, fortunately, we cover ourselves with white sheet. I had to sleep in the snow.
And obviously, yeah, the smoking was no issue for you.
You don't smoke in the snow
Yeah.
and you sleep in the snow. Boy, that was cold.
Oh, I bet. Yeah,
I used to put my knee close to my chin and sleep in the snow like this.
you guys are a different breed back then, for sure. You guys set the standard for the rest of us.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned that you had told me previously that they had black people that had joined.
Boy, they had black people. And when we got in Paris, this black guy was sitting on front of a white woman. And he told that woman, I got a shot to turn black so I can fight in the dark. So he made that woman believe he was really a white man.
But did they have? You said that they would some of the best men that you had met as far as character, or some of the, like, courageous guys were these were they had black men that would drive the trucks.
The black men were all on the. They used to drive the truck to bring the supply, and in those trucks there were these jerry can 20-gallon of gasoline. And when the German came and bombed, they didn't bomb the soldier, they bombed the supply. They figure if they cut the supply,
Yeah.
so it was more dangerous to be in a supply than it was on the ground troop behind the tank.
Yeah, because they were targeting the people driving all the supply.
If you cut the supply, then the army can do nothing.
Yep. Yeah, that became an issue
Yeah.
with all for the ammo and water and gas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was very lucky. Then I guess you saw those pictures of me in the Pentagon where the chief of naval operation would take a picture with me.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I saw the pictures of you in 1945. You had great hair. I see.
Yeah, I told you I had wavy hair. By the time I was 30, they waved goodbye.
Now, were you a ladies' man back then?
Pardon me?
Were you a ladies' man back then?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How did you end up meeting your wife?
I think I was in, where did I meet her? I think I was in a gym. I met her there. And then I proposed to her, and she wanted me to go to the Catholic Church and see the priest. They want to find out if I had a wife in France. So they found out I was okay, and they married me.
Yeah, I think that's pretty standard for Catholics. If they marry outside the Catholic religion, they have to bring whoever they're marrying to talk to the priest. And a lot of them, I think, they make people convert over to Catholicism before they end up marrying them.
But they were more worried if I had a wife in France. They didn't want me to get married and have another wife. But like I say, my wife had an aunt who was a nun, and the nun said, I want him to go to Catholic Church and that they investigate if I had a wife in France.
Jeez, they really had your number, huh?
How long were you married?
I was married for almost 50 years.
Wow.
And my wife died of lung cancer because she smoked.
Oh, really?
She smoked when she was young. She didn't smoke later on, but it was too late. Smoking will kill you.
Oh, yeah. That's the truth.
50 years. What's the secret to having a 50-year marriage?
That's a good question. 50 man. Well, you just got to be honest and don't chase at a woman, I guess.
Best answer.
Like, it's pretty simple.
Best answer.
Oh,
And you have 4 kids,
4 sons.
4 sons.
They're all born in Washington, D.C. My older son was a Marine in Vietnam. He was, I forget what was the name of the war in Vietnam. He was in the Vietnam
yeah,
War.
in Vietnam.
Yeah, he was. He's my biggest son, oldest and biggest. He's 6'4" and weighed 270.
Dang.
Ooh.
I got 3 sons over 6 foot.
It's good genetics right there.
Well, somebody say, how come you have so many children so big? I say, I'm a good stud.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
Swiss cheese.
maybe it was all that Swiss cheese.
That's awesome. And then you have 13 grandkids. Is that right?
I got 12 grandchildren and 13 great-grandchildren.
Wow.
And like I told you, one of my grandsons is a Capitol Police. Really a good kid.
Yeah. Are most of your sons in the service in some form or fashion?
No, not all of them.
Yeah.
No, my son Jeff was not in the military. Jerry either. No, the only one who was in the military was my oldest.
Okay. Then so he was in the Marine Corps, served in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Did he do a full 20 years or?
No,
No.
he did the 4
Okay.
till the Vietnam War ended. Then they asked him to stay, but he chose not to stay.
Smart man.
Yeah. Wow. I have lots of questions other than just your past too, but like anything. So just along the timeline of your past, you had, after doing undercover hair, being a barber
Yeah.
for so many years.
Yeah.
Did you move right back to, or you moved to the States right after that, or?
No, I stayed in the States. This when I got married was that American woman,
That's when you moved.
Irish American.
Yeah.
I got a grandson who look almost like him.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Capitol Police. They're all good. I'm very lucky. I got a good family.
Yeah. And you're really close with your son still, right?
I'm very close.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all check on me.
Yeah.
Always ask me if I need something. And they're all very good children.
And your oldest is
73.
Wow. Incredible.
Dang.
Incredible.
Yeah, I got my biggest joke is I'm a young man, I got old children.
That's awesome. What's the trick of living to 97 years old? What's the wisdom there?
Don't smoke. Don't take drug. Get 8 to 9 hours sleep a night and go to the gym 3 times a week.
Boom.
Mm.
It's
But sleeping is one thing I'm so good at it. I can sleep 8, 9 hours.
yeah.
I told when they put me on guard duty in a general office, and they gave me a chair, sat down with my M1, and I fell asleep. The sergeant came, and he said, "Where is your rifle?" He took my rifle from my hand, and I say, and he gave it back to me, he say, hold that rifle, don't do that again, or I'll report you. But he didn't report me, thank goodness.
Yeah. Hey, everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah.
That's a, after you got out of the military. So you said you've always been able to have 8 to 9 hours of sleep. Sleep well.
yeah.
You're healthy. Did you have any after leaving the service and after being in World War II and everything? Did you have any issues when you got out that you had to deal with, or
No, not
No?
at all. I hear about all these people who have issue. I never have issue.
no?
Never.
Nice.
How come you think? How come you didn't have? How come you think you didn't have any and everyone else did? Just your mindset?
I don't know. I just, I can understand these young men who come out of the military. They all have issue. I don't know. I never had any.
Yeah.
You have a type of, you have a mind, like even now, I just knowing you for a little bit, I mean, I can tell you have such a, like, you don't stress about much, like you have such a easygoing personality, and you're not, you make great jokes, like you're always having fun. Do you think that's a big part of longevity?
Oh yeah, you gotta have a sense of humor. You don't want to have a bad attitude, you know. So, like I say, sleeping, don't smoke, drink in moderation.
And then you keep a good workout routine, right?
Oh yeah,
Every day,
no, 3 times a week.
3 times a week.
I was told by a trainer never to work out the same muscle every day. You gotta give your muscle a day's rest. So I'll go every other day. Don't
overdo it.
no.
Yeah, you end up causing more damage. Have you always had that three a day workout, even when you were
3 a
younger,
week.
or
Yeah.
3 days a week?
Yeah, and one thing I do all, chest, bicep, tricep, shoulder, and I do the plank for 70 seconds. I stay on the plank. Whereas my butt is down,
Yeah.
and I stay like that for 70 seconds. Then I do some squat.
Dave, I don't think you can do 70 seconds.
I don't think I can either. I think he's smoking.
I can. Well, if you don't stop, you can do it. Then I do squat. When I'm finished all that, then I take a hot shower, and I'm good.
Yeah. Dude, 97, still getting after it.
I love it.
That is-
You know
You
what?
are a beast.
You know what he hasn't even mentioned yet is he was a judo. He competed in judo
I can.
for
Really?
years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Will you throw Eddie around real quick and show us some of those moves? Do a hip toss.
Yeah, I was in a French judo club, and there was a Japanese guy there. His name was Sesu Ayakawa, and he's the one who used to train the people in Paris on judo. And he told me, when a man is bigger and stronger than you push you, don't try to push him back. Let him come to you. When he's off balance, you pull on his shoulder, you sweep his leg, and he fly in the air.
How long did you do judo for?
I did judo for about 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
Nice. And that was in So you started that in Paris or in
Yeah,
the
in
States?
Paris.
Okay. Did you pick up any of that when you moved to the States or find
yeah.
a place? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't do judo now. I used to. The first thing they teach you is how to fall. And they say you never fall your arm out.
Yeah.
You go like this, and you roll back on your feet. I used to throw me on a cement floor, and I would roll back and get on my feet on a cement floor.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's definitely a proper technique to falling.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, to
you
do it.
roll.
Yep.
You don't put your arm out like that.
Yeah, you tuck in a little bit, keep your arms in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Wow. What? So, at 97, what's it like thinking back over your entire life? Like, I mean, you've lived. You were born in the 20s, the Roaring 20s. To me, that's just history books.
Yeah.
What's it like thinking back? I mean, you've lived such a long life. Does it almost like how, when you think back of the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, like you've seen so much. You've almost 100 years worth of life.
My doctor told me you go live to be 100. He said you go live. I told you that. You go live to be 100 if you don't get shot by jealous husband.
Yeah, I mean that is insane that you've lived that long. You've gone through so many just decades and seeing how the world and the country has changed up to now, and how everything has evolved, or you can even say devolved in some ways. I mean, what are your thoughts on what's going on right now in the country? And
Well, I'm not too happy what's going on now.
yeah,
Well, I don't know if I should tell you that.
you can tell yeah.
us. Shoot us straight.
Speak up.
I don't like our president.
Yeah, I don't think many people do.
Yeah, we need a new president.
Will you do it? Will you be
I think,
president?
yeah,
for
you
us?
should run.
Me?
You got my vote.
No, I'm too old.
Oh, what is it? It's a 4-year term?
I think you do
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, we need a new president, and we got to watch the Chinese and the Russian.
Yeah.
I think they love to throw a nuclear bomb on us.
Yeah, let's hope not. But, with the this administration, I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
We look weak.
I hope the next election, I hope we get a new president. We need a younger blood in there.
Yeah.
We don't want old people to be president.
Yeah, I think that's a big issue, is the age of some, well, especially with the president we have now.
He's too old and he's not very smart.
Yeah, he's definitely not all there. You need to get him on your program.
Yeah. What do you think about, like, just all the stuff that's come up today that, I mean, do you see, I just think of, like, the spaces you've lived through, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. Like, you've, through World War II, Vietnam, through the 70s even, like, and then into the 80s, and then, like, today, does it seem, are you worried about the country? Like, just in general?
Worry, yeah. I'm worried because of the president we have. We need new blood in there for president.
Yeah.
I got no opinion on the new blood, but
Yeah.
Oh, you can
Yeah. Share it.
you can share openly
yeah.
whatever you think.
Well, I like that guy from Florida.
DeSantis.
What's his name?
DeSantis.
Yeah, I like him, but unless somebody better come. I think Trump is getting too old.
Yeah.
I think, but some people don't agree with me.
Well, he's definitely he's getting up there in age, but
Oh,
it
yeah.
seems like he still has the energy and
Oh yeah,
his wits about him.
oh yeah. A lot of young people don't have his energy.
Yeah.
I personally like him, but
You
we'll
and-
see.
You and I both.
Do you think it's just changing the president, or do you think the whole culture?
Say that again.
Do you think it would just changing the president is what we need, or do you think it's the whole culture?
We
It's a
need
shift.
a new president.
Okay.
Yeah, I really believe that.
Well, how about like the culture of this country right now and the direction we're headed in, compared to back in, the 50s, 60s, 70s, the era that you grew up in. How much of a change do you see in that, and just the way that people's values, what they believe in, their morals and ethics, have you seen a big change in that?
Oh yeah, it's a big change.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I say, I hope we get a new president. We need young blood. We don't want old, dumb people.
Yeah.
Agree with that.
See, is a leadership issue.
Yeah.
Got you. What advice would you give to younger guys, guys, say teens, 20s, about
30s, 40s.
yeah,
kids would say.
50s. Help us.
What?
What advice would you give us of just living a good life, living long and good life?
Yeah. Go. Get, like I say, get good sleep, go to the gym, work out,
Yeah.
and stay away from the young lady looking for a sugar daddy.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's the best.
Get proper sleep, eat right, work out, stay away from gold diggers.
Yeah.
Boom. That's a good list right there.
What I love, John, I love that it's nothing new, right? It's the simple basics. It's just that you have done it for years and years and years, and you see the product of it.
Yeah.
You're 97, but man, I know people in their 60s that aren't as sharp as you, moving around like you're a great example of that. And just you can just tell since the moment I met you, I could tell your love for America, your patriotism.
The best country in the world.
Amen.
We got the great country, just a bad leader.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
I could not agree with you more on that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, with election season starts next year, hopefully we'll see then. We'll see a change.
Hopefully, I don't know if Trump's going again.
He seems like he's gearing up to.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting everybody excited for it, but you never know. Politicians and politics, none of it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, awesome, John. Thank you so much for coming over.
Oh, my pleasure.
Yeah, it was an honor to have you on.
Thank you.
Thank you for telling your story, and just thank you for setting the example for the rest of us, giving us something to be inspired by and to lead up to. I mean, the fact that you're 97 years old sitting in front of us and you have more common sense and you have your wits about you than I think half the people in this country, and the service that you gave to this country.
Yeah.
You know, it's just an absolute honor to be talking to you, and I'm humbled.
Yeah. Once a year I go to Notary Public to certify I'm still alive. So the French government send me 2 checks a year for my service in the Battle of Metz. The Battle of Metz is the battle. Most people never heard of it. But 10,000 GI got killed on that battle, and 30,000 were wounded. The reason people got killed in that battle, it was not enough medic. You lay down, you bleed, you put your rifle upside down with your helmet on top, and you're hoping somebody's going to come and stop you from bleeding. But there was not enough medic. So a lot of people died because of that. And in my memory, I always have this GI was laying down, looking at a picture of his wife and children before he died.
Oh, yeah, that's rough.
I can never forget that.
Yeah, I don't think that's something I would forget either if I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome that you go and serve there every year for that. Let us know when you go next time. Maybe we'll go and serve too. I don't know what we help with, but thank you, John. Appreciate
You're welcome.
Yeah, really appreciate it.
If there's 2 words that I'd have to sum up, I mean, I feel honored, and I guess humbled, honestly, of being able to meet you and inspired.
Yeah, inspired
you.
for sure.
Thank you.
Awesome.
All right.
Out. Yeah.
I'm still recording. This is something that I wanted to think about. Like, at some point, we're all going to reach his age, if we're lucky, right? John, are you a believer of Jesus or God, or?
Oh, yeah, I'm a believer. Yeah, I believe there's a God.
As old as you are now, do you still struggle with sin?
Well, do I what?
Still struggle with sin? As an old man, do you still struggle? Like, I'm trying to see from the future, right? Like now, as a young man, I struggle with, there's pornography, there's so many things that are attacking men our age,
Yeah.
Do you still deal with temptation at your age?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I was talking to my brother who told me he was talking to a 100-year-old, and he said, the only issue is you keep getting older, and the women are always the same age. Yeah. I thought that was because we're all eventually going to get to an age like that, where
I can only hope so. Yeah.
Yeah.
and if you do, the things that we worry about now in our age, like we're always worried about where's the next mortgage payment coming from, where's all this. But when you get to that age, it's like, what do you worry about then? Like, what do you
What are your biggest fears?
Yeah, what are your, because in our age, we have life, the grind, everything going. But at that age, what do you?
Yeah, what is your biggest fear right now at your age?
Well, my issue is to stay away from this wild woman. And, you know, I like to eat, sleep, work out, and stay away from this woman looking for a young, for,
For a sugar daddy?
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. You're going to you go to Grand Boulevard or Grand Fitness. That's full of them right there. You're going to the Lions Den each time. It's a good way to test yourself.
Yeah, I got some more. I know quite a few women who are 10 years, 15 years younger than me, and they all want to date me.
That's awesome.
But they want to date me, and I think what they're looking for when I pass away, they get all my money.
Oh yeah. And you're a stud, so
Yeah.
you got that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. This woman who I had a woman, she lived up north somewhere, and she wanted me to go to a priest and get like not a marriage, but something like that.
Like a certificate or
And she figured when I pass away, she get all my money.
you're like, not today.
Not today, woman.
Yep.
I'm old, but I'm not stupid.
That's awesome. Thank,
I'm gonna go ahead and cut.
yeah.
All right.
Thank you so much, John. That was awesome.